Hello, one and all. Welcome to Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios, here to give you the sports news I think you need to hear, where we ramble all day and run on forever. And of course, with me is my co-host, Mr. Senor Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the crowd.
What up, y'all? Damn, you were in the mic today, Rob. Sheesh.
Oh, am I? I mean, does it sound good at least?
Yeah, it sounds good, but yeah, you were in my ear, for real.
Oh, my bad. I'm just a little hype. It's recording day. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. I mean, we got our usual lineup as the past couple of weeks, if you haven't noticed. Some MLS, NBA, and then in the warm-up, we're going to be talking about some exercise, some gym workouts, some stuff that me and Danny like to do on the side. And then in the rundown, we don't have too much, but we got a bunch of other news topics to go over, so stick around for that. But yes, we got a lot to unpack today. Well, of course, Danny, as always, I gotta check in with you. How have you been? What you been up to? What's on your mind?
Damn. Not much work. I've been real busy, especially this week. But last week I was able to play some golf at Hanson Dam. Up, I guess that's North LA, Burbank, almost into the valley. It's a pretty cool golf course. I played out in the rain, Rob.
Ooh, nice.
Literally every time I try to go out in March, rain. Nothing's changed in April so far. It looks like the forecast is rain for this weekend for us in supposedly sunny Los Angeles, California. Every time I have a freaking free moment, though, it's goddamn rain. But I mean, it was good. Started the round bad, but ended up pretty good. I think I figured out my long clubs and whatnot. Hitting the driver pretty well now, so that's good. What about you, Rob? What's been going on?
Nothing much. I went out with some friends of ours.
Okay.
This past weekend, it was James and Omar's birthday.
Shout out.
This past weekend. Happy birthday to you guys. Yeah, I went out with them. Had a couple drinks. Had a bunch of laughs.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about, baby.
But yeah, it was a pretty good, solid weekend. But yeah, man, that rain's been a bitch.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well,
and then
it's good
today was pretty warm.
Yeah, today was very warm. I think it was 80 or something.
Nah, yeah, I wasn't expecting it. In the morning, it was still kind of chilly. I was pretty cold.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, maybe I should have added that third blanket, and then like around 12, 1 o'clock, started doing some stuff outside. Yeah, I'm cold.
Damn,
dude, it's either I get super cold or I get super hot.
Damn.
There's no in between.
Rip.
But yeah, I was pretty cold in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, man, it's a little chilly. I opened our door to see how the weather was outside, and it was cold. So I closed it. Then I like I said, 12 for 1, it was pretty warm. So I was like, ooh, brother. But I mean, it's all right. I mean, we'll have to see. I wouldn't be surprised if we still get some more rain. I mean, we're still in spring, right?
Yeah, we're in spring officially.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised, but it is a lot of rain. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But the only other downside is that my grass has been growing at a exponential speed. So I've been going outside to cut it like almost every other week.
Sheesh.
So it is what it is, though. But yeah, I mean, nothing much on my end. But yeah, I know, Dan, you've been busy. I know, like, as of this recording, I know you were telling me off camera you just got home.
Yep.
So I was like, thank you for making it to the pod.
Yeah,
to the podcast.
Of
but
course.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to watch some soccer over the weekend. Like that's how busy I was.
Damn, no soccer?
Like I'm barely catching up yesterday and today.
No.
Like everything you see on this paperwork was mostly all done today.
Sheesh.
And I had to work on a truck, so that was fun.
And we go through a lot. Put it out to y'all. Hopefully this year is a lot of growth. We'll see what it is, man.
No, yeah. I heard there was an eclipse or something.
Yeah, did you see that? Were you able to look up or no?
I didn't even know that was happening.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, I didn't know until like maybe the day before.
What? I mean, it was pretty cool. I got to at work. We got some welding helmets and stuff. And a couple of people had glasses, so I was able to see it. Pretty cool. Yeah, we weren't in
cool.
the.
I mean, I saw pictures.
Yeah, dude, the videos and pictures of people in the path of totality it was crazy. It looked awesome, but I think 2045 is the next one that will have a path of totality in North America, which will, I think, put it in Northern California or something like that. So if y'all are interested, wait 21 years, and there'll be one more if you missed it.
Oh, that's cool. A lot of sciencey stuff that you just said, but I understand.
It wasn't even crazy.
You know what's funnier? I was cutting the grass, and then as it was like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, I was cutting the grass, and then the sun disappeared for like at least 2 seconds. I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a giant airplane flying over my
I was
house.
going to say, I was like, dude, we're not in the path of totality. The fuck? I was like, you just walked under a tree or some shit.
No, it scared the shit out of me, dude.
That's so funny.
It was a big airplane, that's why.
That's hilarious.
But anyways, this isn't a science podcast. Are you ready to talk sports, Danny? I know we're a little bit of a time crunch.
I'm ready. Let's jump into it.
All right, everybody. As I mentioned in our intro, we're going to be talking some MLS Match Day 8. I'm going to go over team of the match day. We got Van Zier, Agada, and Rui Diaz at the front three. In the middle, we got Tillman, Driussi, Shaqiri, and Shop. In the back line, we got Ruiz, Veselanic, Roldan, and then Pace as the goalkeeper. And your player of the match day, Mr. Raul Rui Diaz from the Seattle Sounders, with 2 goals and an assist on the weekend. Congratulations. But yeah, Danny, we had a slew of goals this past weekend. Your Columbus Crew, we're going to start off. We're taken to the limit with DC United in their 1-1 draw. The scoring started. Didn't happen until the 61st minute with a Christian Benteke goal for DC. Then the Crew were able to get their goal by Aiden Morris. However, a little bit prior to that, your guys' striker, Cucho Hernandez, he was sent off in the 75th minute with a red card. He got like semi pulled down. It was a soft foul, to be fair. But he didn't like that.
But you know my crew don't roll like that.
Guess what he did when he fell down to the ground? It was very quick. It was blink and you miss it, but it's there on instant replay. He like fell on his back, and you could tell he like pushed both his feet up into the air in the direction of the guy and knocked him down. So yeah, he tried to cleat a man.
You get what you give, man. You get what you give.
It wasn't a hard foul. He's just, I don't know. But yeah, he got sent
out there,
off.
Baby, is all I'm saying.
Just to let you know, this Cucho Hernandez was also suspended for a game last week by the club due to, I guess he failed or didn't follow a club policy. So that left him out of the lineup for one of their last games.
Oh, no.
So yeah, it has not been identified or for what reason he was told not to play or he was not allowed to play by the team. But I'm from the coach's standpoint, when he was asked about it, it was very serious. So he didn't want to make it a focal point.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what incident occurred with the Columbus Crew and Cucho Hernandez, but he did not play last week. And now he will be suspended for the next MLS Cup. Next MLS Match Day 9 matchup. Yeah. However, they are currently, as of this recording, playing in the CONCACAF Champions Cup where he is playing. He got the hockey assist and one of their goals right now. So they're currently playing Tigres away at El Estadio Volcán, or Volcano Stadium, whatever you want to call it. So they're holding in there, so let's see what happens. But I'll keep you updated at the end of the podcast, of course. Moving on, we had Red Bulls New York traveling to FC Cincinnati. This matchup had 5 yellow cards. New York left Cincinnati with the W 2-1. Cincy's Yuya Kubo scored in the 3rd minute to open up the scoring. However, the Red Bulls did respond. Frankie Amaya getting a long distance goal in the 19th minute. And then Dante Van Zier in the 60th minute getting them the game winner. The Red Bulls did receive a red card. David Martinez in the 85th minute was sent off. Then in the Colorado Rapids Inter Miami matchup in South Florida, the game ended in a 2-2 draw, also with 5 yellow cards. The surprising Colorado Rapids opened up the scoring in the 45th minute with the Rafael Navarro penalty. And then Miami's very own Lionel Messi responded with a banger of a goal, Danny. A golazo.
Banger.
Launching it into the top left corner in the 57th minute. And then Leonardo Alfonso in the 60th minute got them another goal. However, Miami did let up a second goal for Colorado, with Cole Bassett getting the game-tying goal in the 88th minute. Miami now looks forward to their CONCACAF Champions Cup matchup against Monterrey in Monterrey this week as of this recording. I thought maybe Miami was going to take this game, but Colorado was able to sneak in that last goal. This was Messi's first game back in maybe the past week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. He hasn't played the past 3 or 4 games in all competitions, apparently due to a leg injury. But he looks good now. But him being on the sideline, seeing what happened in their game against Monterrey in Miami, allegedly him and a couple other players had not very nice things to say to the officiating, and also very not nice things to say to Monterrey after the game, because they felt like they got robbed in their last matchup. So we'll have to see what happens this coming week in Monterrey. Next up, we had Charlotte FC visiting the New England Revolution. The game ended 1-0. Carlos Gil scored in stoppage time in the first half, 45th plus 3. This is, if you can believe me, Danny, we are at match day 8, and the Revolution finally gained their first victory of the season.
Sheesh. That's rough.
What do you think about that?
That is fucking rough.
Oh, no, it's bad. They're in the Champions Cup. However, they did have to play, I know you've heard of this team, Club America.
America. Yep.
Are you familiar with that team?
Not really, but America, baby.
You have to be. You've seen them in our area, Danny.
Oh.
They're the yellow team.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
The yellow team.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, they beat them 4-0 in the first game.
Sheesh. God damn.
In New England. Yeah. So, barring a miracle, they have to quintessentially score 5 goals in this game, and America has to score nothing for them to win.
Damn.
That's the easy way. Which does not happen all the time, Danny, just to let you know that.
All right.
So, yeah, it's been a rough start. I believe Caleb Porter, their new head coach, is at the helm. He's had a decent track record, but it's not looking so good for New England, who are currently at the bottom of the table in the MLS. Then we got New York City versus Atlanta United. Atlanta United visiting New York City FC. However, New York City, I guess, got semi-evicted from their usual home at Yankee Stadium. And I think they played this game at MetLife Stadium. No, it's not, excuse me. The Mets Stadium. Oh, Citibank Field or Citi Field, whatever it's called. Because I think the Yankees were playing. So, yeah. I can't wait for New York City to finally get their damn stadium, bro. I'm getting tired of this baseball field shit. It's so irritating.
It's so funny.
Yeah. So, anyways, besides my rant, the game ended a 1-1 draw. New York City started out the scoreline. Santiago Rodriguez on a 43rd minute pen. Then Atlanta's Jamal Dyer, I believe I'll say Dyer, I think that's how you pronounce it. Scored in the 65th minute. Not Derriere, Danny. In the 65th minute, was able to get up to the 1-1 draw. And then out in the West Coast, in Vancouver, Toronto FC was visiting. And it was not a good visit for Toronto, as they lost 4-0 to the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Whitecaps scoreline reads as Brian White in the 6th minute, Fafa Pico in the 29th minute, Ryan Gold in the 81st, and Ranko Vesonic. Dang it, I said it earlier. Vesonic in the 89th minute. We had a doozy of a game out in Texas with Austin FC and the San Jose Earthquakes. San Jose being the visiting team. The scoreline ended 4-3 in favor of Austin FC. We had a total of 6 yellow cards. San Jose started out in the 20th minute with a Paul Murray goal. And then Jeremy Mbobisi added another in the 57th minute. And then to go down in order, kind of, Sebastian Giroussi got into the scoreline in the 61st minute. Then J.R. Rio O'Brien scored in the 63rd minute. Then Guillermo Biro in the 67th minute for Austin. But of course, San Jose was not done as Amal Pellegrino scored in the 74th minute for San Jose.
Pellegrino.
However, Austin was not going out without a fight as Driussi got himself a brace, scoring in the 90 plus 11th minute of stoppage time, giving them the 4-3 win. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes goal fests are good, sometimes they're bad. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
But these are two not so good teams going at it, so I'm not surprised that it was a high-scoring affair.
No defense leads to good offense, you know.
Optional defending, as some teams like to say.
Yeah, we seen a little bit of that in the NBA. I feel that.
Oh, of course.
Feel that.
We'll get into that in a little bit. In relation to Texas, we had the Houston Dynamo visiting the Chicago Fire. The Chicago Fire victors in this one, 2-1. The Fire's Zerdan Shaqiri scoring in the 10th minute off a penalty. Then for Houston, Ibrahim Aliyu scored in the 65th minute. And in the Fire game, the game winner with the Brian Gutierrez 78th minute goal. Not me losing my place here. Uh-oh. Where'd we go? Here we are. Then we had Real Salt Lake playing Minnesota United. Once again, the man, the myth, the legend, Christian Arango scoring in the 24th minute for Real Salt Lake, getting this game going. Minnesota's lone goal came from Tani Aluese in the 86th minute. Minnesota was awarded a red card in the 89th minute by Joseph Rosales. Instant red in the 89th. And we currently have one undefeated team left in the MLS, Danny. And that team is the Philadelphia Union.
Damn.
As they visited Nashville SC. Nashville, I have no idea what the hell is wrong with them. They always start off so good in their games. And then they take a crap. They're not the worst team to do this. I'll talk about them a little bit. I'll talk about that team later. But it's just, I don't know. I've seen them play like 4 or 5 times this past 2 months. They look good, and they fall flat on their face. They lose 2-1 to the Union. Nashville's Sam Surridge in the 42nd minute gets them on the scoreline first, but the Union get 2 goals, of course. Julian Carranza in the 62nd, and then Daniel Gazdag in the 90th minute. Hey, the Union making me eat my own words. I thought the Union were done and dusted. I like the way they played in the Champions Cup. So I thought maybe they weren't gonna play so well, but hey, maybe they are. They are who we thought they were. So I don't know. I'm a little bit speechless. Next up, we had FC Dallas visiting St. Louis City SC. Just very quickly, that game ended at a 0-0 draw. And then we finally get to probably most likely the game of the weekend, Danny, which you might have seen. We had El Tráfico, where the LA Galaxy went up the road to visit LAFC. LAFC were the victors 2-1 to my dismay. LAFC started out the scoring with the Timothy Tillman tap-in the 4th minute off a corner kick. Then in the 29th minute, the Galaxy were able to tie up the game with the Julian Alde 29th minute goal. And then, bam, controversy strikes, of course. Dennis Bouanga gets a 35th minute penalty. However, Danny, I know if you look back at the instant replay, it may or may have not been a dive.
Ooh.
The call on the field was sent to video assistant review. However, once the center field referee returned from his review, he confirmed once again it was a penalty. According to Joe Totino on the call on the Galaxy side, his view of the instant replay was not a penalty and was surprised that the call was not turned. Other pundits I listened to also said it was not a penalty, and that if the ref did call, the only other reason why the referee did stay with his initial call, it was because he was calling it for intent of a dangerous tackle in the penalty area, even though the other guy jumped into the air like a fish.
Damn.
But yeah, LAFC
like a motherfucker.
Give the LA Galaxy their first loss of the season. I'm a little sad. I'm a little disappointed, but shut up.
That's all I gotta say. I called it from last week. I called it.
I know you did call it, actually. That's crazy.
Did I say 2-1? I don't remember what my scoreline was, but
I think you did. I think you said 2-1 or 3-1, and I think I said like 2-2.
Yeah, called it. That's all I'm gonna say.
But it is what it is. Galaxy have been playing decent, but we'll have to wait and see how they respond this upcoming week.
Mm-hmm.
Another team that has been in a slump, but finally get the camel off their back. Get the Seattle Sounders winning over Montreal 5-0. Raul Ruidiaz gets 2 goals, of course, as I mentioned earlier, in the 20 and 27th minute. Jordan Morris in the 48th. Alex Renan rolled down in the 81st. And Dylan Tevez in the 90 plus 70th minute. And finally, we had one Sunday matchup in which, as the commentator for this match said, Sporting Kansas City having a meltdown of biblical proportions, Danny. That's how bad it was. They were up 3-0 at halftime, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
And the game ended 3-3.
Ooh.
Portland Timbers came in trying to get out of their little slump off of their very hot start. For KC, William Agata, 2 goals, 13th minute, 45th plus 3 in stoppage time. Then they also got that other goal, Daniel Rosario Valencia in the 38th minute. But Portland kept at it. Evander in the 64th off a penalty, Felipe Mora in the 66th, and Eric Miller in the 81st. Like, this is not the first time this season they do this, Danny.
Damn.
They're either leading and walking away with 1 point, or they're leading and walking away with no points. That's how I have no idea what's going on with the Sporting Kansas City team. Like, they're bad. I want to say they're bad, but they're not playing to the best of their ability.
Which is bad.
Yeah. That's what I want to. Damn it. I don't want to say that they're garbage. I mean, they have 10 points, but I've seen them lose and draw too many times in the same form and fashion.
It's all right, Rob.
Score the first goals and then just fall apart.
Rob.
Same thing with Nashville.
Say it. Say it out loud.
I'm not gonna say it. Say what out loud?
They're bad.
I guess. I mean, they're only in 7th.
The joke was you're supposed to say they're a vampire, but go ahead.
Look, they're not dog water, but it's not the best. But we're winding down our time here in the MLS portion. I'm gonna go over the standings very quickly. In the Eastern Conference, we have New York Red Bulls with 14 points. From 2nd to 5th place with 12 points, we have Philly, Miami, Columbus, Cincy, Atlanta. In 7th and 8th, we got Toronto and DC. And in 9th place, if the playoffs started today, of course, we have Charlotte with 8 points, tied with Chicago in 10th. On the Western Conference side, we have the Vancouver Whitecaps with 13 points, LA Galaxy with 12 points in 2nd, RSL in Minnesota with 11 points. So it's RSL in 3rd and Minnesota in 4th. LAFC from 5th to 7th. We have LAFC, Houston, and Case in Kansas City with 10 points. Then with 9 points each, we have Austin and Colorado in 8th and 9th respectively.
Ooh.
But it's been, I think right now we have a good start to the season. I mean, we're 8 games in. We've had a few dud games here and there, but I think it's been going pretty good so far. This week, let me see. We got a couple of good games. I want to see how the Galaxy bounce back. They got to go to Vancouver, where they haven't won in a while. LAFC is going to play Portland. Let me see who else is good here. Oh, we got Chicago playing New York Red Bulls. Both teams just came off of a win. Can Seattle keep their winning streak go? Can Seattle win another one against Dallas? Sunday's matchups, we got Atlanta versus Philly, and then we got St. Louis versus Austin. Danny, do you have anything else to add or say in regards to the MLS portion of our topics of today?
I will try to watch one game one of these days. That's all I got.
You have to. We're on a sports podcast.
I know.
But all I gotta say is, and you don't have to say anything about this, Danny. The soccer people, MLS people will know what I'm talking about. No excuse for racism in the game.
Oh.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
But I believe that is everything for the MLS. Nothing too crazy this week, as me and Danny have both been in a time crunch, so sorry about the lack of detail in today's MLS topics. But Danny, are you ready to talk about the NBA?
Yes, sir.
I know you got stuff to say about NBA at least.
Yes, sir. Ski.
I know you got a little bit in your bag. I know we're talking off the podcast. You said it's been a rough week for you, but
yeah,
I know you got some sort of opinions. And don't worry, I'm gonna try to carry us through this first part.
You bit. Go ahead.
All right, NBA talk. We got 1 week left. I believe most teams have 4 games to go. I think all but one spot is locked up in the NBA play-in/playoffs. It looks like we're going in for a good treat of games. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure Danny's not sure what's going to happen either, because all these teams have just been going up and down.
Yep.
But to give you guys some scheduling to put in your calendar, the play-in tournament will take place Tuesday, April 16th to Friday, April 19th, with the games played after the regular season concludes and before the first round of the NBA playoffs begin. The NBA playoffs begin on April 20th. Then May 6th to the 7th, the conference semifinals begin, possibly moved up to May 4th or 5th, depending on scheduling. Then May 21st to the 22nd, we will have the NBA conference finals, possibly also moved up to the 19th or 20th. And then June 6th, we will begin with the NBA 2024 finals with game 1. Danny, how does that schedule sound to you?
I mean, sounds like a normal postseason schedule to me. Or the new normal, I guess, with the play-in. But I mean, it sounds good. I think in the East, basically everyone's a lock. I think the Sixers can move up. Cleveland, Indiana, whatnot can move up and down. Damn, all the way up to the Magic. God damn. There's like a 1 or all the way down to Philly. There's a 2-game difference. But Philly's been on a little bit of a win streak as Embiid has come back and Tyrese Maxey have come back. But yeah, Rob, you want to go over the NBA a little bit, like a couple of the top headlines? I can chime in when possible.
No, yeah, of course. It's a race, a 3-team race in the West, not like in the East where it's just the one team. Yep. Never before seen race. For the past 40 days, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and the Thunder all have been top 3 in the West, separated by 1.5 games or less the entire time. The number 1 seed has changed hands 14 times over the past 40 days. Who has held it the longest, however? Oklahoma City has 17 days, followed by Minnesota with 14, and then Denver with their itty-bitty days of 9. However, much of OKC's run at the top took place in March. Since April 2nd, the Thunder have been in the 3rd place position as injuries to stars, how do you say his full name? Shai
Shea
Gilgeous
Alexander.
How you say his first name?
Shea.
Shai.
Shea or Shai.
Shai Gilgeous Alexander and Jalen Williams led to OKC's first 3-game losing streak of the season from April 2nd to the 5th before the Thunder snapped it on this past Sunday. Shai Gilgeous Alexander is off the injury report, while Williams is listed as questionable for OKC's game against the Kings this week as of this recording. The final dash for the top seed starts this week as all 3 teams begin their final 4 games of the regular season. They each play on the same day and nearly all at the same time. So everyone should have all their TVs, their laptops, their phones, their screens, whatever, your iPad, your Wii U's, your PSPs. I don't know, what your Steam Decks, your projectors. I don't know what else is there. Your kicks. I don't know.
Kicks. Side kicks.
I ran out. Oh, your DS, your Nintendo DS, your Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I guess so.
Your Sega Dreamcast. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, just have all your screen and devices out, getting ready to watch all these games, because we don't know who is gonna take the number 1 seed. So yeah, on the 9th of April, the Wolves got Washington. Denver's got Utah. Kansas. I was about to say Kansas City again. Fuck. OKC as the Kings. Then the 10th, Wolves got the Nuggets. Nuggets got the Wolves. Well, obviously, the Wolves. And then OKC has the Spurs. Now I'm going in order, everybody, so hang tight. The Wolves got on the 12th the Hawks, which I know you're excited to see.
Yeah, they're gonna get destroyed. Go ahead.
Who's gonna get destroyed?
The Hawks.
Oh, bro. Denver's got the Spurs on the 12th, and OKC's got to go up against the Bucks on the 12th. And on the last day, on the 14th, the Wolves got the Suns, Nuggets got the Grizzlies, and OKC closes it out with the Mavericks. So, Danny, what can you say about these 3 teams and who is going to finish first in the Western Conference?
I mean, I think I said last week the Nuggets got a good chance of finishing first. Minnesota's just been playing great. Anthony Edwards has been playing out of his goddamn mind. As usual.
That guy's really good.
Yeah, he is. Karl Anthony Towns is still out, and they're still able to hold that number 1 seed ish. They let slip. Like you said, OKC was able to hold number 1 for the majority of March. But I mean, with Cat out, when he comes back, they're even stronger. It might take a little bit for him to adjust and for the team to adjust back to having him in the lineup. With everyone sharing the ball a little bit more, but I mean, they've been doing great. It says estimated return on this ESPN injury report list. # not a sponsor, but Cat should be coming back the 10th, which will put him to face up against the Denver Nuggets. I don't know why they would do that. Maybe to secure their number 1 seed, but I don't know if that's worth it. If you go play against the Nuggets, get hurt again, or you make your debut and you don't roll yourself into good momentum for a good starting game, it can put you in a little bit of a slump, but we'll see what it is. I think OKC might have... No, Denver definitely has the easiest schedule. So I think for Denver, that's 3 games easily won. That's a lock. And then Minnesota's a bit of a toss-up. For OKC, they've got, I think, guaranteed win against the Spurs and Dallas. I believe in them. So that's 2 on lock. I think Milwaukee's been a little bit hot lately. They've got a little bit of momentum. And the Kings is a toss-up game, but that just happened right now tonight, so I already know that they won.
Yes, the scoreline is Thunder 112,
yep.
Kings 105.
Yeah. So that was easy. And the Wizards game, the Timberwolves also won that game.
That game is also concluded.
Yeah.
Yes.
130 to 121.
130. Yes.
121.
And then the Nuggets are currently in competition with the Jazz in the fourth quarter. As of this recording, current scoreline is 90 in favor of the Nuggets, Jazz 82.
Which I thought the scoreline would be a bit more tipped toward the Nuggets, but I mean, they play a methodical game.
That's true.
The West is, besides the top 3 number 1 seeds, 4 and 5 are basically they're a half game apart. And the Suns are 4 games away from the Clippers and 3.5 games from the Mavericks. I believe that puts them out of they have 3 more games after tonight. So if Dallas loses all of their games tonight or from tonight on, and the Suns win all of their games, they can switch places, but I think the Mavs and the Clippers might be the first lock matchup in the Western Conference. And then everything else below that, from the 7th seed down to the 10th seed, we've got about a 3-game difference, which is approximately how many games we've got left, depending on each team. I think it's about like 3.5 games. Some teams have 4 games left, which means that basically, if the Warriors want to move up, the Lakers or the Kings have to lose every single one of their games, maybe except for one, and the Warriors have to win all of theirs. The Pelicans definitely have to lose all of their games if the Warriors want to be able to move up to 7th, which I don't see happening. But this is a very interesting play-in. Tough teams down at the bottom. If it were to end tonight, the Pelicans would go up against the Kings for the 7th seed. The Lakers and Warriors would go up against each other to play the loser of the Pelicans-Kings matchup. And then the winner of that matchup would go up and take the 8th seed. Rob, if you're looking at the West play-in right now, what 2 teams do you have coming up?
Honestly, I have no idea, bro, because the Lakers are hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, I think if they're on their A game, they could beat you. I mean, New Orleans and Phoenix and Dallas have been switching it up in that middle spot.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the hell's going on with the Warriors. So I think the only good team that has a chance to make it out of the play-in into the playoffs would be Sacramento.
Really?
And call me a homer, but I'll just pick the Lakers.
Okay. Yeah, I like the Lakers because their toughness. I mean, Gabe Vincent has come back, but I mean, he's not doing super great for the Lakers. They are facing off against the Warriors right now, actually. The scoreline is 58 Golden State, 41 Lakers. Yikes. Yeah. LeBron James doing great, as always, but like you said, all these teams at the bottom, I think except for the Pelicans, bit hit and miss. I think the Kings expected to do a lot better this year. Same with the Warriors. The Lakers definitely were hoping for a better season than what they got, but I think those 4 teams...
It started out good.
Yeah, they did start out pretty well. But those 4 teams deserve to be at the bottom the way that they played this season. I think the Pelicans, unfortunately, slipped down to the 7th seed. I think the way that they've been playing, especially after the All-Star break, they maybe deserve to be a little bit higher, but I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? But in the West, I mean, it's a lock. The West seems super entertaining. In the East, I mean, the East might be even tighter than the West, especially from that 3rd down to the 7th seed.
It's the whole middle part.
Yeah, that whole middle part. I mean, we have 2 teams tied at 3 and 4. Half a game behind is the Cavaliers, and then half a game behind them are the Indiana Pacers. And then following them is 1 game behind. I mean, that's That's a 3.5 game difference. Basically, what we have, 2 game difference. More than enough room for teams to move up and down. So that would be interesting if the Sixers are able to make it out of the play-in. Hopefully give Embiid some rest. I think that's what they're shooting for. They've been upping his minutes as of late. Sadly, my Hawks and the Bulls stuck in 9th and 10th.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not going nowhere.
yeah. The Hawks just finished up a double overtime loss against the Miami Heat. Damn, those Heat, they always
Oof.
got the Hawks number. I don't even know what it is. Um,
It's
except
just
for the play-in last year. But
that southeastern rivalry, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The NBA posted this graphic, putting like where each team could end up,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like how Danny mentioned in the East, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams that could go from their current position or higher, all the way down to 8th.
Mm-hmm.
And in the West, you have teams. It's a little more nail bitey to move up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But you have teams that can go, like the Clippers, for example, who can go as high up as 2nd, but as low as 7th, which is insane considering we just talked about the 3 best teams in the NBA in the Western Conference.
I mean, these are very unlikely.
Which I don't.
Lowest possible is losing
odds-
every single game. Highest possible, winning every game with every other team losing every game.
Yeah, that's highly unlikely. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the odds of that dot happening, of the Clippers, for example, going up to 2nd, is super duper low. But it's possible.
Yeah, possible. But we'll see
But,
how
yeah,
the NBA shakes out, man.
No, yeah. Because I'm interested on what is going to happen. Because I feel like, I don't want to say it's mediocre play, but I feel like a lot of players are holding it all in for the play-in and the playoffs, which I guess, but it doesn't make a lot of entertaining basketball towards the last stretch of the season, if that makes any sense.
No. I think one last piece of NBA news while we wrap this up. Unfortunately for New York Knicks fans, Julius Randle season-ending surgery on his shoulder, I believe. To his right shoulder. Unfortunately, puts the Knicks in a terrible position. I mean, I thought they had a good shot this year. Maybe not a championship year, but at least a good run. But unfortunately, Julius Randle has to undergo season-ending surgery. I don't know why he didn't go under surgery sooner. Maybe it's something to do. He re-injured himself during rehab. I don't know, but unfortunately, that puts the Knicks out one of their best players. And we'll see what Jalen Brunson and company can do. But sad news if you're a Knicks fan.
No, yeah. I mean, I think we had mentioned it last week as well, that he was up in the air and that his
he was slated to return,
whatever.
I think the day after we recorded that podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I think I forgot. We had sent it to each other. Because I was like, yeah, didn't we just talk about he was going to come back, literally last week? So I wonder what happened, like how you said, did he re-injure himself?
Yeah. He re-injured
was this
himself.
all just a ploy, like a trade ploy? Or
I don't think so.
Sort of
I think this was
general manager move of some kind. Like, what was the point of all this? Like, it sounds kind of weird, but please, what do you got?
Yeah, I think, last week we discussed, star players that got injured that are likely to return for a postseason stretch. I think they were just hoping that he would recover faster than he did. And because the Knicks are doing decent without them and they know that they're probably not going to make it to a championship run, they just said, you're not recovering well. We need the surgery.
Cut their losses.
Exactly. Cut their losses. Say, hey, the rest of the team will get great playoff experience. You need to go do this surgery next year. We keep the same core as we did last year. Mitchell Robinson will come back and we'll be a stronger team. And we'll see how it rolls. But, it's really unfortunate. I thought they had a decent chance. Jalen Brunson playing out of his goddamn mind this year. Trying to make a All-NBA team, but we'll see how it shakes out.
He had a couple good games right before the All-Star game.
Yeah, he had a 60-point game recently. I think a week ago or something like that. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's like so confusing. Do you think maybe, I don't know, like I said, they were trying to do something, or
I don't think it's anything that crazy. I think he just didn't meet the timeline checkpoints for recovery, and they were like, hey, we got to cut the losses now, or we push it a little further and then maybe make it in the postseason. But they decided to, hey, get the surgery. It's not major. It fixes your shoulder. and then by the time uh next season rolls around, you're healthy, the squad's ready to go. We keep the same core and roll with it, and we'll be in a better spot.
Dang, that sucks. Cause yeah, as of right now, what I think they're in like fourth place, right? Unless I'm tripping.
Yes, I believe so. They are in the fourth seed. Yep.
Yeah, they're in, no. Well,
Yeah.
according to ES, well,
They're
looking at my third place right now.
they're tied
Over
with
Orlando.
the Orlando Magic.
Oh, okay. So my ESPN app has them on third place. So that's crazy. I mean, if you're just a casual, you would look at that and be like, okay, they're in third place. What makes them that bad? But it sounds like you're saying that they might not make it that far if they have to play. I don't know who they're gonna play.
I mean, they got to make it past
Orlando?
Boston in the East. It's a tough team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, barring a miracle, that's already gonna be tough.
Exactly.
That's crazy though. Nah, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that though, low key.
Yeah, because they've got to beat the Cavaliers, which they did last year.
Yeah,
And then two, they got to make it past
and
the
they beat them.
Celtics.
They beat them convincingly too, by the way.
Yeah, they did. But the Cavs have been pretty good this year. And then they got to beat the Celtics. Like, that's kind of crazy, you know.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
playing
I mean,
Boston
even
or
if they
Milwaukee.
fall, if they get into the third seed, I think they might have a little bit more of a chance. But then they still have to face Boston, which I think will definitely happen in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think, like we kind of discussed, cut their losses. Excuse me, bumping into the mic.
No, you're good. You're good.
And yeah, they just need him healthy. And why
No,
risk
yeah.
him injuring
Don't-
himself and having him out the whole season next year? Just get your players some good experience this year. Next year, circle back, keep the same core, and you're ready to roll.
No, yeah. I mean, that's probably gonna be their game plan. But Dan, do you have anything else to add in regards to the NBA? Anything important you think the people need to know?
Nah,
Nah, you're like.
that was it.
I know we talked a lot of good stuff. Just very quickly, we may or may not do a podium show next week. I mean, it depends on scheduling and what the outcomes of the games are. But we'll let you know. Follow us on social media, Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, for all that information. But yeah, we're looking forward to another good play-in and playoff schedule. Are you excited, Danny?
Yeah, I am very excited. We'll see. The play-in should be very interesting, so I'm excited to watch that.
No, yeah, same. But yeah, if you have nothing else to say, I'm good here. You ready to move on to the warm-up?
Let's go.
Alrighty, for today's warm-up topic, as I mentioned earlier on in the show, why is my mouse not working? Alright, here we go. Where'd it go? Here we go. The warm-up, exercise in the gym. Danny, I know you're a big exercise and gym person, and I've been also thinking about doing some more exercise myself. So I wanted to ask you a few things, and I wanted to see what you'd like to do for exercise so I could get some ideas going. As some of you may know, I used to, as I mentioned before, I used to run track and field and cross country. So that's where I used to get most of my exercise. As Danny can contest or test, whatever it is. He can vouch. I used to be thank you. Attest to. I used to be like super duper skinny. Like I'm still kind of skinny now, but of course,
Skinny
Father Time
legend.
is undefeated, and I have gained some weight, but I've lost more of my shape, if that makes any more sense, around my chest and my stomach. So yeah, I've been meaning to get back into the thick of things, to start running again, maybe do push-ups, sit-ups, I don't know what. But Danny, I need to help me out here, man.
Yeah.
You go to the gym. What do you like to do? Like, what's your daily gym routine?
Well, I, like you, Rob, I was very thin, very skinny. For a long time, I would try to lift weights and do whatever, and I would just not gain any weight. I thought I was eating a lot, to try to gain weight, put on some muscle and whatnot, and I was eating nowhere near enough calories and protein and whatnot. So recently, I'm trying to put on weight, trying to put on some muscle. been eating more. And thankfully my metabolism slowed down a little bit. You know, we're getting older. Like you, Rob, got a little bit of a gut now, beer belly going on. It's easier for me to gain weight if I go eating a bunch of trash food for like a couple days to a week. So it's easier for me to put on calories. My body doesn't process them as quickly. So if I want to put on weight, it's easy. But I also don't have a lot of time to go to the gym. So I can't really rotate days that often because then I'll end up like it's 2 weeks and I'm still on the same rotation of, arms, legs, back, whatever. And I was like, oh shit, I can't. There's too many groups to focus on. So for me, because I'm a little bit less frequent of a gym goer, I do a couple all body or almost full body workouts every time I go to the gym. I like to do some of the weight or the machine assisted weights. So there's some for your back. I like to do arms, back, abs, and then a little bit of legs every day. And then for arms, I kind of focus on, one part of my arm each day. So sometimes I'll focus a little bit more on my triceps or my biceps on one day, and then whatever feels good, I will do the opposite the next time. Little bit on my back, abs every time. Try to get rid of this gut, Yeah, and then just to not have chicken legs, I do calves and thighs. So squats sometimes. It just depends. But yeah, I kind of hit the same ish machines every time I go, and I'm trying to get into the what the hell am I saying? The bench, just to bench press some stuff. But yeah, that's all I do, Rob. Couple of full body workouts, and then sometimes I hit the bag, but I hurt my wrist like a month or two ago. So I've been trying not to go heavy into the bag room, hitting the bag. Trying to gain some muscle. I think once I'm currently at 164-ish. I fluctuate 162 to 165. So once I hit 170, 175, I'm going to get back to doing a little bit more cardio and find a healthy weight in between.
Oh, okay, I see you. No, yeah. I mean, all makes sense. I mean, it is what it is. It happens. Yeah, I feel you on that beer belly part. Because, yeah, I'm like, damn, like.
Why that shit tastes so good, though, you know what I'm saying? Why it tastes so goddamn good?
It tastes good. I think mine, though, like, I haven't drank, up until, like, last week, I hadn't drank soda for, like, a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I do celebrate Lent. But even before that, I wasn't even drinking soda, like, in January.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just really started drinking soda again last week. But even then, I'm looking at my figure, I'm just like, man, like, I mean, I know I haven't exercised yet, but I guess I got to start doing that as well. But I have had a few people tell me I've lost weight.
Oh, nice.
Which I don't know if that's accurate, considering I look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I see what I see. I'm just like,
yeah, but you see it every day,
Yeah, either A, I'm out of shape, or B, I need to go shopping to get clothes that fit me.
No, I mean, for sure, diet will do a lot. Like avoiding sugary stuff. And then sometimes for there's sugar foods for everyone. Like sometimes it's sugary food. Sometimes it's like heavy carbs. Like your body might just process carbs faster, which turn into sugars. So like half sugary carbs like breads, sweets and stuff that processed sugars that will turn into sugars and then turn immediately into fat when your body doesn't use it. If you cut those out, you can lose, like I've seen people dramatically, no exercise or very light exercise. They cut out sweets, sodas, even like stop eating like sugary-ish foods like teriyaki chicken or whatnot. I've seen people lose like 10 pounds just off of like light dieting. But I think those are more extreme cases. Okay, teriyaki chicken is kind of crazy. Sauces don't go ham like that. That was a bad example. But
I know, I was about to say, what the fuck?
Sauces don't go ham like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like super heavy, like fried chicken,
like
or
fatty
like
foods.
like fattier foods with sugars and stuff. That they hit that like that chip chemistry where it's crunchy, it's sweet, it's salty, and there's like a good fat content in there, saturated fat content that just tells your brain I need to eat more. Like Korean fried chicken's a good one where it's kind of sweet, kind of salty, whatever. You just like can't stop eating it. That's trigger food for me. I love making fried chicken and all that shit, but once I start eating it, I just can't stop eating it. So trying to stay away from foods like that where it messes with your portion control and you're eating past when you're full and stuff. I could definitely see, even with dieting, like for sure that helped me stop gaining such a big beer belly and start putting on some weight. And counting your calories, like even just a hair, like estimating your calories and starting to count how much you're intaking every day, it really adds up, and you really see like if you're like a snacker or a grazer, like I am, and at work there's a bunch of snacks and stuff. It's hard to resist, but it really adds up and whatnot, So keeping track of just little things here and there really helps out. But at the gym, I like full body workouts. It makes me feel good. I don't go crazy hard, so that the next day I could barely move whatever muscle group I was trying to target. But I feel a good bit of soreness, a bit of tightness. I feel my muscles growing. That's the sweet spot for me. So I don't feel like I'm too sore to go to the gym. If I have to go like the very next day, like something comes up and it's like, oh, if I don't go tomorrow, I can't go for the rest of the week. So I don't feel too sore if I have to force that schedule. And I can still go about my day and not like limp everywhere because I went too hard at the gym the night before,
No, that's what I'm worried about too, because like I do and I don't have have like gym experience. Like I said, I used to run a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not looking I haven't been mentally prepared for like the soreness of it. Considering I do have a murmur, not that big, but yeah, it does kick in. Once like if I don't warm up, I mean, that's gonna sound weird. If I don't warm up, even like on like a lot of like simplest activities, I might start getting tired.
Yeah.
And I'll start wincing, but like once I get my second win, then I'm okay. But it's inconsistent, so that's why like if I get back into running, my strategy right now is I'm gonna walk for like a minute and then jog for like 30 seconds.
Nice.
And I'll probably do that like down the street or something, because I don't know. I don't want to get. The last time I like ran like for real, I had to walk back home.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, I shit you not, Danny. I like laid down. I have a bed. I have a nice proper bed, but I deadass just like sat on the floor because I have tile floor.
Yeah.
Because it was cold and it was in the summer. Obviously, the summer it's hot, but I was dehydrated and I had a headache, and like it felt like. And remember, I used to be able to run a 5-minute mile. 5 minutes.
Damn.
So feeling like that, like I hadn't felt that since like when I used to run a 10-minute mile. So yeah, it's gonna be somewhat of a journey to pull back behind the curtain. That's why I've been trying to notion that for like social media stuff, but I just haven't gotten to it. The weather hasn't been the best. A lot of life things has happened to me, so once the weather isn't as inconsistent as it's been, I think I'm gonna try to go back out there and try to see what I could do, and I'll try to not record it. What's the proper term for it?
Report back.
Choreograph. No,
Or
like
schedule.
not schedule to like you're trying to list it down.
I'll keep track of. I don't know.
Yeah, like I guess to keep track of everything. The word is on the tip of my tongue, but yeah, I'm gonna try to keep track of my progress and yeah, I'll let everybody know on the socials. Probably most likely TikTok, maybe Instagram, and let everyone know like what my progress is. Maybe Danny too, if you're down to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to both gain and lose weight, so I'm like fluctuate up and down. But yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'll be posted.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lose weight necessarily, because I've always kind of weighed the same. I'm just trying to get shape.
I feel you. We're trying to get that
So-
summer bod, you know.
I guess so. But yeah, that's I guess my goal once the weather gets a little bit better. Cause yeah, I can't be running inside. It's just not the same.
Yeah,
Trust
it just
me.
doesn't feel right.
I've tried it. Yeah. But yeah, if you were also on some sort of fitness or diet journey, let us know in the comments on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, or here on Spotify. Yeah, just let us know what your fitness journey has been, if you guys are already on it, or if you're looking to also get into shape as well.
Yes,
But yeah,
please.
Danny, do you have anything else to add?
Nope. Yeah. The only other thing I would say is golfing has definitely been helping. I think a goal for yourself that is outside of a weight goal is very, very healthy and achievable. Like if you want to say, hey, if you want to get stronger, hey, I want to lift this amount of weight, in this amount of time. I think that's great. For me, golf, one, helps to stay active. Two, I'm getting strong to hit the ball further. And three, it's giving me a goal to say, hey, I feel like I can't really stretch in this direction or, do this motion. So in the gym, I'm thinking about doing that motion. It's the same thing that martial arts was for me. But my wrists are weak baby boy wrists and I keep hurting them. So golf is a little bit easier for me to do the thing and imagine the motions and whatnot. So giving yourself a goal outside of weight or, hitting like a physical goal for yourself, like an action area goal where, hey, I want to be able to run, this fast, or I want to be able to lift this amount of weight, or hit a 3-point shot and not really have to like throw my whole body into it. Those are great goals to set for yourself that you can easily achieve. And yeah, it's a good objective goal.
I agree with you completely, Danny. But yeah, let us know what your exercise journey takes you on social media.
Drop it down in the comments, please.
Moving on now to the rundown, which, spoiler alert, that's why it's called the rundown, because I used to run. Duh. Update: March Madness men's and women's brackets. This past weekend, we had the women's final between South Carolina and Iowa. Iowa with the starlet Caitlin Clark. South Carolina outlasts Iowa to win its third title. SC won 87-75 over Iowa. It was a good matchup. I was told, I didn't get to watch it completely. I was a little bit surprised. I thought maybe Caitlin Clark was going to carry them to the final, but it's okay.
Know.
I think she's going to have a great career in the WNBA. They had a lot of viewership for this game as well, Danny. So
Bro, it broke so many records.
Yeah, that's insane, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to South Carolina
Shout
for
out.
winning the title this year.
Yeah, back to back, right?
And the men's, I believe so. And then in the men's, well, actually, I'm not sure. Hold that thought. If you could double check why
Go ahead.
On the men's side, double check that, Danny. On the men's side, UConn pulled away from Purdue to win its 6th NCAA championship. They did officially win it back-to-back. So, congratulations to UConn. I thought maybe Purdue was going to win this matchup. I know I had heard a lot of good things. I know they have a few players who are looking to go to the NBA. And yeah, I feel like UConn kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think we had UConn that far in our bracket. I don't recall off the top of my head. You don't have to pull it up. But yeah, congratulations to UConn winning once again. I believe they have the most men's NCAA titles now, ahead of Duke and UNC. Danny, were you able to find the information?
Yeah, it says back-to-back undefeated regular seasons. Yep.
Oh, all right, there you go. Congratulations to both these universities for going far in the tournament.
Shout out, man.
Danny, we got to do something next year, bro. We got to figure out what our problem is.
Dude, our bracket was pretty
them.
good, dude. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
30%, 34%. It was pretty good.
Nah, it's just a lot of the big teams lost, and that's what screwed it up for us.
Yeah, Purdue lost at the end there, too, but
it is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, moving on now. We had some U.S. women's national team news. They played in the She Believes Cup over the weekend. They defeated Japan in Atlanta, and then I believe they went out to Columbus. As of this recording, they played Canada in the final, and in a 2-2 draw in regulation time, and then they went into penalties. It didn't start out so good. The U.S. went down off of their first kick, but Alyssa Nair, the goalkeeper, coming in clutch, getting a couple of stops. She also made a goal herself. And voila, the USA wins the She Believes Cup 5-4 on penalties. This is their third She Believes Cup for the United States. Congratulations, ladies. Next up, we have some NASCAR news. Danny, your boy, William Byron, wins the Cookout 400 at Martinsville Speedway. The centerpiece race of Hendricks Motorsports' 40th anniversary season lived up to its hype and promotion, with Byron collecting the organization's 29th Grandfather Clock Trophy. For the team that's done virtually everything there is to do at one of NASCAR's most storied venues, this past Sunday was a new one. A 1-2-3 finish by a single team for the first time in Martinsville's 151 race Cup Series history. The next race is Sunday, April 14th, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern on FS1. Is the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at Texas Motor Speedway from Fort Worth, Texas. And to wrap up the rundown, a little bit of results time from WrestleMania from Philadelphia this past weekend. Night 1, we had The Rock and Roman Reigns defeating Seth frickin' Rollins and Cody Rhodes. The Women's World Championship match, we had Rhea Ripley defeating Becky Lynch to retain the Women's World Championship. And the Intercontinental Championship match, we had Sami Zayn defeating Gunther to win the Intercontinental Championship. Then on night 2, we had Bayley defeating Io Sky to win the WWE Women's Championship. For the World Heavyweight Championship bout, we had Drew McIntyre defeating Seth Rollins to win the championship. However, of course, it's wrestling. There's always shenanigans. Damian Priest, after the match, ran out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing it in and pinning Drew McIntyre, walking away with the title. So, did you understand all that, Danny?
Nope.
That one match right there. So basically, the match ended, but of course, it's the Money in the Bank. The guy can cash it in whenever he wants, and of course, McIntyre got distracted. Priest pins him. Game over.
Damn.
Priest walks away with the title. Yeah, wrestling shenanigans. It happens.
Yeah.
But of course, the match that everybody was watching, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Cody Rhodes finally finished the damn story, defeating Roman Reigns to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. He is the first Rhodes to hold a major title in the WWE, considering his dad is Dusty Rhodes. His brother, Goldust, or Dustin Rhodes, also never held a major championship in the company. So congratulations to him. Looking forward to see where this goes now, storyline-wise, considering this past Monday, The Rock already told him verbally, I'm going to leave for a bit, but the next time I come back, I'm coming for you, bro, with or without the championship on you. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But Danny, do you have anything else to add in this week's rundown?
I ain't got nothing this week.
Alrighty, man. We will start signing off here. Thank you for listening to Rambling RunOff. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, please give us 5-star rating. We're also on Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, which I believe is about to end. If you want to hear more from us, please follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at Rambling RunOff, on Instagram at Rambling RunOff, and on TikTok sometimes as well. I am your host, Robert Rios, signing out. Also for my co-host, Danny Tan. We will see you next week. Bye. Peace out.
Peace.